o'clock, let's have a Healthy Friday conversation. Infertility is a big topic around the globe. Now, there are very many people who would wish to become parents, and then they're unable to. And reasons go into infertility. Now, our reproductive medicine specialist and founder of the Footsteps to Fertility Center, Dr. Wajiro Degwa, joins us at 7 a.m. this morning for that conversation. At 8 o'clock, we will be talking about the new NSSF rates and what they mean for employers and employees. And we'll be joined by the General Manager in charge of Marketing, Products and Business Development at Octagon Africa, Davis Ongiro. At 9 o'clock, we have a Kenyan who lives in the USA, a founder and CEO of Zabuni Specialty Coffee Auction, Laban Njuguna. Laban Njuguna will be here to tell us why Kenya's coffee farmers should be allowed to access markets directly. They've been pushing for this. The first governor of Nyeri County, Derito Gachagua, was pushing for this. Now his brother is the deputy president, and he's been given the mandate by the president to actually spearhead reforms and such other things in the coffee sector. Let's see whether he is able to push for it like that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, today Edna is called Mombi. Today's Edna has put some light in some different elements. I am not seeing. I'm seeing hazy.
You can't see me?
I'm seeing marudurudu.
You can't see me? Can you see me?
Huh?
Can you see me?
I can see you, but I'm not sure that that's you I'm seeing.
Hey, God.
It was a bit bright. It's kind of better, but it's getting darker. It's the sun setting. Anyway, say hello to Mombi. She's our producer today. Edna takes a break to recharge her batteries.
Necessary.
Ebu tell us about COVID.
Let me tell you about COVID. We're looking at numbers that have now gone to, if the computer, there we go, 678 million. Not been doing bad. Been at 677 million for some time. So we're looking at just an increase of about 300,000 cases over the last 72 hours, actually. So again, we're bang on 10% of those cases that have resulted in death since December 2019. It's not been fun times in terms of those deaths. One death is definitely too much. That's what it looks like for that. The COVID vaccine should be or will be included in your routine immunization schedule. This is information coming from PS Mboro, and he said the government is committed to reaching all eligible populations with the vaccine. Routine immunization ensures continuous supply. The PS for the State Department of Public Health, Josephine Burrow, met with COVID-19 Vaccine Delivery Partnership Global Lead, and his name is Ted Chaiban. And they talked about being able to get the COVID vaccine at your health facility anytime. They've disclosed plans to include the vaccine in routine immunization as part of the effort to accelerate uptake and increase coverage. Now, when they say coverage, we're talking about across the country. So you should be able to walk into any health facility and be able to ask where you would get your vaccines and get the COVID vaccine. So what does it do? Routine immunization ensures a continuous supply of the full complement of scheduled vaccines. It monitors safety, it controls population coverage, and it measures their epidemiological impact. That word always gets me. Okay?
It's a good word.
Isn't it?
Try it again.
No, thanks. So this is a COVID-19 delivery partnership. It's an initiative of Gavi, remember Gavi? The Vaccine Alliance, UNICEF and the World Health Organization. And what they want to do is to support COVID-19 vaccine delivery to low and middle income countries. Buru said that the government is committed to reaching all eligible populations with the vaccine while prioritizing high-risk groups. Now remember the high-risk groups, those of a certain age and those with comorbidities. They're also working to enhance pandemic preparedness so that in the event of another pandemic, they will be ready to handle it. Okay, that's what it looks like. And it's interesting. So look at it now when you're looking at your MMR, when you're looking at your whatever POX, your schedule, COVID will be on the list. The vaccine, that is.
But those ones are for kids.
Yes, but now what they're saying, I'm just giving an example. Your routine vaccines, COVID now, if you're going to get the flu
What's
vaccine.
a routine vaccine for adults?
So there is a flu. Not people, but many don't
Not in
do it
Kenya.
as such.
Not in Kenya.
So you have your cholera. It will be routine. You have
So cholera will now be a routine vaccine.
yes, because every year you see an outbreak. We
So
saw
that's
the
what the
other,
government is saying, that it will now be a routine vaccine.
yes, it will.
Annually, they'll be giving a cholera vaccine to everybody in the country.
Annually, there will be a cholera vaccine available. Right? There has been an outbreak every year of cholera in the last 8 years. Every year there's been an outbreak. Time to put it on the schedule, they say.
21 after 6. Good morning. Welcome to the Situation Room. If you're just joining us. So, Mombi, are we live on YouTube? Somebody's saying there's no sound on YouTube. We are live with sound. We're working on the sound. Apanajali Paulisana. We're also live on Facebook. And yes, we can see somebody saying we have an issue in Mombasa. We'll be checking that out shortly. But if you're online, let us know where you're tuned in from. Say hello to Mombiskit. She is our producer this morning. Ambia ye karibu sana to TSR. 21 after 6. Let's take a look at the weather forecast.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
If you go out of this country and come back the same person, then you have a problem. Buy land, 1 million. Put it there for 5 years. What's the purpose?
It'll have increased in value.
No, that's the thing. That's darkness. That's an eclipse. You don't do that.
I hope you don't believe that a hustler is a poor person or that all hustlers are poor. I've seen that conversation.
Tell us, who is a hustler?
who's a hustler?
Hustler is a person who is making a living through hard work.
Corruption in Kenya is a political accusation. The people who are actually corrupt are not pointed fingers at.
Kenya is not free. Kenya imeshikwa na mateka. It's under siege.
Have you seen that lodge on Nyeri Road? Very high fence. You can't even
Windows
sleep inside.
up near the ceiling.
Yes. And if you walk that midnight, you see bats the size of cows.
And when it rains, it doesn't rain on that building.
Yes.
When you're at All Saints and it's raining, it doesn't rain on that building.
The things people will believe.
The Situation Room, Kenya's biggest conversation.
Nairobi is clear this morning at 17, highs of 28, and we'll see lows of 15. It's partly cloudy at 15 in Nakuru. Highs of 30 and lows of 12, and we'll see highs of 27 in a clear Nyeri at 12. 12 degrees and clear as well in Eldoret, highs of 27, and we'll see highs of 32 in a partly cloudy Mombasa, coming down to lows of 25. Malindi is cloudy at 26, highs of 31. And looking into Kisumu, it's clear at 20, highs of 32. 32 will also be the high in Kakamega, where it is clear at 19. Kampala is clear at 21, highs of 29 and lows of 17. And Dar es Salaam will see highs of 32, where it's partly cloudy at 26. It's 17 and cloudy in Johannesburg, highs of 20 and lows of 16. It's a hazy morning in Lagos. It's already 27 degrees. It'll see highs of 35 through Friday. 33 will be the high in a mostly clear Kinshasa, currently at 24. It's 4 degrees and hazy as well in Beijing Friday afternoon. It'll see highs of 6 and lows of -1. It's cloudy in Paris, warming up at 12, highs of 15. And London will see highs of 15 as well. Mostly cloudy Thursday night in New York at 11. Coming into Friday, we'll see highs of 19 and lows of 10.
Chilled Spice. Mature, intelligent talk every morning. Spice up yourself. Mornings done right. 94.4 Spice FM.
Good morning, people. Eddie Odor is in Koru. Is it Koru or Koru or Koru?
Luo is a tonal language. Koru is the name of the place, but you're right. Your place. That is what Koru means.
Koru is your place.
Yes. This place is Koru.
And this place is Koru.
Yeah, it was anglicized.
Oh, voila. Well, that's where he is. And he says, at this rate, where the government is praying for everything, It appears citizens will soon be forced to pray about receiving government services. Well, good morning to you, Eddie. Peter Wagongo is tuned in. Good morning, Ndu, Eric, and CT. City Centre is tuned in. And rains. We are waiting. It's coming. Don't worry. Mark my words. It's coming. Good morning, fellas. Well, you know, fellas is these two. I'm not a fella. Francis Mwindi, good morning to you. Karanja Douglas says he's very clear. Now, I don't know if the tuned in is very clear or you are very clear or something is very clear. And we're glad to have you. You're in Loy Tok Tok. Loy Tok Tok. Loy Tok Tok.
Nani ako Loy Tok Tok?
Karanja Douglas.
Ah, Douglas.
He's in your hood.
Yeah. Where are you in Loy
Shout
Tok
out to
Tok?
the boys in the hood from Eric.
Kabisa. There you go.
Okay. Emmanuel Kingori says, good morning from one of the silent backbenchers. He's in Mombasa. Why are you a backbencher when you can be a front seat? Okay. Excuse me. Odera Jr. is tuning from the Great Wall of Kino. Kimi Lily well tuned in. Robert Mboko is also here with us. MCR, how far now? You're tuning from Nyali. Good morning to you. Kip Koech Keles is tuned in from foggy Dubai. It seems the rain prayers worked over here. Well, okay. Monis Janeth says, good morning, Situation Room gang. Roy Town is tuned in. Buddha Wairia. Wairia is, okay, Wairia.
Of milk.
Yeah, got it. This thing has refused to do.
Or it could also be of the sea.
Iria is the sea or it's milk.
It's also a tonal language. Iria is milk. Iria is the sea or ocean, body of water.
Got it. Ni sawa sawa. Okay. Good morning, Latif. Greetings to Ndu and Bonamuga Mzee White. Ndu does not have an H at the end. How best I know that my morning has started by tuning to SpiceFM. Why, thank you very much, sir. Karibu sana, Asingo Brian. Kapenguria is where Dennis is. Jose says, good morning, guys. Makacha is tuned in this morning from Kigumo. Where's Kigumo?
Kigumo
It's Maranga.
is in Miranga.
Moranga.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Kennedy Arumba has put something in a language I don't understand, but we see you, Kennedy. Good morning. Zachary says, good morning. Hi, guys. We're concluding the week together. All right. Guys, I went out yesterday seeking to hear how hustlers are reacting to the limit increase on their loans. They're happy and positive. I think Zachary is the now self-appointed hustler fund ambassador.
No. He's a pollster.
He's a pollster. Okay.
Like seeking the opinion of the people.
Of the people. So that
Feeling the pulse of the nation.
Got it.
Anapima temperature.
Temperature. Andrew Mark is tuning from dusty Nakuru City, he says. And Vincent Ogutu is tuned in. There's another Wairia. Wairia, there are many this morning. Oh. Good morning to you. Mwalimu is here. Waithera is here. Caris is here. Vincent is inside. Alex Wajami is also here. Everybody in the house. Let's go. Karibuni sana.
Everybody welcome. City. The proverb.
If you do not have teeth, do not break the clay cooking pot. That is our final proverb from the country of Zambia.
If you do not have teeth, do not break the clay cooking pot.
Yes.
Okay.
I chose this proverb because I don't understand it.
Do you think that they mean that the clay cooking pot has what? Nyama inside? Or soup. Hard food inside?
That's a general idea, I think.
So if you don't
Because
have
maybe
teeth.
it has soup. So if you break it, the soup will pour, and you don't have teeth to eat anything else, and you need to drink the soup.
Now,
That's
see, interpretations
that's a
galore.
good one.
Interpretations galore.
So it has soup and the soup will pour, and now you'll be left with nothing to eat.
Because you don't have teeth to chew.
I was looking at it from the other side. It has the food that you need to chew. So you break that one now. It's
Okay,
Yes, you're wasting it.
you have to eat it, otherwise it'll go to waste.
Allah. If you do not have teeth, do not break the clay cooking pot. What do you think that proverb means? Let's hear what you say. SpiceFMKE on Facebook and Twitter. Let's look at the newspaper headlines, shall we?
Let's do it on the front page of this. Sorry? Oh, you were just groaning. Okay.
You're sorry yourself. Me, I'm not sorry.
Wow. Gosh. The big fight back to save Uhuru's party. There was a, what do they call it when you...
What do you say when what happens?
I can't even remember the word. My vocabulary is not doing really well this morning. Have
It's
you
Friday.
noticed?
Okay, then describe it in
Friday.
words.
When you barge, that's the word I was looking for. People barged into Jubilee offices yesterday and made demands for reinstatement of others. So, okay. There's also the story of the hackers file, shock action by Israeli operatives. State changes tune on fuel subsidies. We'll wait and see. Oh, I'm very sorry. I forgot to offer my commiserations yesterday, Eric.
For what?
When a certain team unfortunately lost a match they played the night before. Shall we not mention more than that?
Oh no, Arsenal played Man City and we lost just one game. So now Man City are like on top of the league just because of goal difference, but we have a game in hand. So, such kind of things. Is that what you're saying?
All right.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
your positivity through all of this. Well
People are
done.
silly. I've seen someone sharing on social media that the former security has been withdrawn for the former league leaders.
Scaled down. Shooting, what the CCTV reveals. Remember the lady we spoke about yesterday who collapsed?
Yes.
There's some CCTV footage, and we'll hear a little bit about that.
Okay.
CT has The Nation. He'll tell you what's on the front page of that.
I have what?
The Nation newspaper.
And this you were told by who exactly?
Well, force of habit. Okay, so now I have the Nation, and I'll
So
tell you what's
us
on the
what's
front
on the front
page.
page of the
Nation. Sniper's bullet. Who wanted her dead is the questions that are being asked. Are the questions rather that are being asked now. Ruto corners Uhuru. Okay. Jobs galore as the court rules in favor of CAS positions.
Jobs
Appointments
what?
are coming.
Eh.
Appointments are in the what? In the offing.
the offing.
Treasury set to review tax waivers amid cash crunch. And the National Lands Commission has asked lawmakers for more than 1.3 billion shillings in the supplementary budget. That's what it's looking like right
Okay,
about now.
let me tell you what's on the front page of the Business Daily. Okay. Politician to seize National Bank of Kenya's 2.5 billion shillings that is sitting pretty at the central bank. I've just added that. The whole thing is, that's a point, the gist of the headline. The High Court yesterday allowed former MP Basil Criticals to seize cash and government bonds at the CBK belonging to the National Bank of Kenya over unpaid 2.57 billion shillings compensation. Justice Dora Chepkwony gave the seizure order after the politician convinced the court that the lender had refused to pay the billions in breach of the judge's orders. This will see the former lawmaker tap into NBK's 4 billion shillings that was sitting in CBK vaults as at September, and 46 billion shillings worth of treasury bills and bonds. He'll go there, he'll get his 2.5B. Like that. 2.5 billion shillings. Higher, AFDB, the African Development Bank, is giving funding for 4-lane Kisumu-Uganda expressway. An expressway from Kisumu to Uganda. Where?
No.
So the EAC has received 175 million shillings.
Start again.
No, it's actually 175 million shillings is 1.4 million USD for a feasibility study on building a 4-lane expressway for Kisumu to Uganda through Busia in an upgrade targeted to boost regional integration, trade and economic development. The funds from the AFDB will be used to assess the viability of a 256-kilometer road that will terminate in Kakira, a town in Uganda's border district of Jinja.
Sorry, I have a question.
Ask.
So this 174 million shillings is not actually for building the road.
No,
it's for going to check to see if they can build the road.
It's feasibility.
But that's what feasibility is now, to
Yeah.
check if you can do it. So then after that, they'll come and tell us, yes, it's feasible, it can be done.
Of course.
Then whether they'll build it or not is a totally different story.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Now then, after that, now you can now source for funds to actually, now the billions that will be required to build it.
Okay. So, okay.
Umeelewa sasa?
Yeah.
Yeah. City,
Yes?
what's on the star?
Well, that right-hand corner today isn't green, it's brown.
Hiya.
sure it's not
It's
brown.
Friday.
Oh, okay.
It's brown.
You're close.
What do
What
you
does
mean
this look
close?
to you like?
Kwani, what is that?
It's like
She's,
that. kind.
she's going to tell
So what do you want to call it?
At a rust.
Burnt.
Why are you people angry?
She wants to call it burnt orange.
Burnt-
Why are you
bu-
people
burnt
angry?
orange, rust.
Just relax.
What do you want to call it, Ndu? What's the color?
So it's brown.
Okay. Banditry. Leaders concerned as military hits the ground. This is in the Siasa pages. Okay. Then the headline, smack in the middle of the paper, why Raila is taking prayers to IEBC door.
Prayers again.
Face off, prayers everywhere. Face off, new legislation spells guidelines on how 7-member panel shall be shared out. Tough talking Raila Odinga signaled an all-out war against new administration. Now, lawyer Gisheru's 6 accounts are empty, quote told. Remember there was this story where in yesterday's papers we were talking, there was a mention of how the widow had asked the court
to release some
money so that the children could actually go to school. We're told the 6 accounts are empty, and there's a story behind it.
This is Lawyer Gisheru.
Lawyer Gisheru, the late.
The late Lawyer Gisheru.
Yes.
Of the ICC.
Yes. Okay. Now, the issue of the CASs, that one has been mentioned. All right. There's a study that shows that Uhuru's plan, remember the free maternity? Yes, research that was conducted indicated that because of that plan, 4,115 babies who might have died actually were unable to survive because the mothers were able to obtain or were able to access this. Isn't dying yet. There is a story, again, in the papers, on this particular paper, of students in Kajiado. I can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, who are holding papers with the indication of the marks they got, 401, 497, 357, and so forth.
497.
397, 401, 357, and so forth. All of them have not been able to go to school because their parents do not have the money. You know, and on the bright side, on the inside, the story we highlighted yesterday, now I'll talk about it. That young lady has received help.
The Kilifi girl.
The Kilifi girl has received help.
Beautiful.
And it's because the media highlighted it and the story was known.
22 minutes to 7. Let's take a look at traffic.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.
Get 2 months of Showmax for the price of 1 in a give Real Housewives, rich auntie vibes, and that bling. Samakuwa Mocha.
Toast to luxury.
In a give single Cassie, girl power.
Cheers!
And gravity-defying Top Gun victory flyby.
Woo! All right.
In a give Kupindu
interesting enough, at this time, still dark out. Usually the sun is up and shining, but let's see what that means for traffic this morning. It's busy on Jogo Road heading out towards Landis. Landis is free and clear as you get to Kamkunji. That's not a problem at all either. Getting then on to Haile Selassie, connecting with what's coming in from Gong Road, you should be all right. Light traffic in this area and it's moving without too much of an issue. It's also moving off Uhuru Highway then into the city, so you should be fine there. The Thika Superhighway, we're not seeing much at this time at all. At the Pangani Underpass, there's some traffic there. It's coming off Limuru Road, I beg your pardon. It's coming off of Kiambu Road a little bit, you know. The pitter-patter of traffic can also be felt on Waiaki Way, but again, nothing too heavy. We're probably going to see some bolder steps later on, and we'll be here to let you know where to go or where not to go. Talk to us as well and help out. SpiceFM, KE on Twitter.
Spice up your life. Mature, intelligent talk every morning. Spice up yourself. Mornings done right. 94.
Showmax.com. In a give.
In a give, Kupendikia. That's what it is.
That one.
That one. So, what's your poison? Your movies, your series, your documentaries, your news, your sporting events? Whatever it is that you pay for on Showmax every month, for as little as 300 shillings this month, Showmax is going to give you another month for free. Pay for 1 month, get 2 free. Showmax, Imwezi. In a
give. Okay. Pick a story.
Okay, the sniper's bullet. The question now is not that she's dead, but who wanted her dead? Mary Lillian Waithera Gavenya, she was 46. She left her workplace at the NHIF office at Upper Hill with a colleague at 5 p.m. Monday. They walked into the city and would be dead within the hour in the city centre. She was walking with Miss Damarisa Chieng when she complained of chest pains. We looked over this yesterday. She asked Achieng to call an ambulance. That's how much pain she felt before collapsing on the pavement outside a shop on Kaunda Street. Police initially classified the fatality as a sudden death, but a post-mortem then revealed a fresh wound and a bullet lodged in her lungs. The question is, who killed her? So look at the last moments. February 13th, 5 p.m. She leaves her workplace at Upper Hill with a colleague. 5:30, complaints of chest pains, collapses, bleeding outside Kaunda Street. 5:58, medics pronounce her dead at the scene. Body taken to the Nairobi hospital. Police visit the scene, classified a sudden death incident. February 14th. The body is transferred to the Kenyatta University Hospital mortuary. Post-mortem examination reveals a bullet lodged in her lungs. Cause of death is determined as shooting. Nairobi police boss Adamson Bungay says the bullet was fired by someone who was on top of one of the buildings. February 15th, NHIF releases a statement acknowledging that Ms. Waithera worked at the registry department. She was 46. So the question is, what happened? A sniper's bullet and the riddle of a murder. Okay? She had worked at NHI for 15 years. They described her as the go-to person. She was well versed with government agencies' operations, and unfortunately she passed. Now, it was not until the following day, of course, after her body had been taken to the KU morgue, that they found out what really did kill her. It revealed a bullet, the post-mortem, lodged in her lungs. The cause of death was determined as a shooting, and they've said it was clear that somebody shot her from atop a building. All right. The bullet entered through the collarbone, having been fired from an elevated angle. The development shifted the focus back to the scene. From which of the high-rise buildings would the shot have come from? Who was the shooter? Who was she a target? What was the motive? Nairobi Regional Police Commander Adamson Bungay explained that the bullet that hit her was fired by somebody again atop a building. There were 2 high-rise buildings at the scene. Okay.
Is this story telling us anything?
I'm just still
is it answering the question that it has asked?
Now, Hamilton House, which houses 2 restaurants, Almadi Yemeni House and Dream Bean House, has several offices adjacent EcoBank Towers. They're looking at bloodstains, and the answer to your question is the rest of the story goes to asking more questions about these initial questions that have been asked. Who could have possibly done it? Upon which building could they possibly have been on? Now, it emerged yesterday that police are pursuing 2 theories. One, they are pursuing a possible murder or an accidental discharge of a gun. Those are the 2 theories. Okay?
This is a reporting issue.
Listen to this one. Okay, I finished.
Let me tell you one more thing that will maybe compound things for you. This is the quote now. It's just the quote I'm going to give you.
Yes.
2 theories that we are pursuing are either...
Either she was shot accidentally or intentionally.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
We know that she died.
Yeah.
From a shooting.
Okay.
Atop a building.
The Standard headline on page 7. NHIF staffer was not assassinated, police say.
The same police from here.
Detectives at the Nairobi Central Police Station have ruled out the possibility that the shooting of NHIF staff Mary Waithera was an assassination. Okay? The conclusion was reached yesterday after investigators analyzed recorded statements of Waithera's colleague who was in her company when she was shot in unclear circumstances while walking along a busy street in the Central Business District in Nairobi. They say they have considered CCTV footage obtained from an adjacent building on Kaunda Street where Waithera first collapsed while walking together with her colleague. Damaris Achieng, who had accompanied Waithera from their office in Upper Hill to town, has recorded a statement with the DCI investigators detailing her colleague's last moments. Of course, so Achieng says they left the office in Upper Hill, they walked to town, and they were walking along Kaunda Street when the lady herself, Waithera, started clutching her chest, and Achieng thought she's getting a heart attack, pulled her to the pavement, called a vehicle, took her to hospital. Now, according to this report in the Standard, because of that statement written submitted by Achieng, it could not have been an assassination.
Oh, stop it. Actually, stop it.
This story does not go any further to show why the police have ruled out an assassination. It says investigators are yet to establish the type of weapon used in the shooting and the motive of the attack.
When you say type of weapon, what do you mean? See, it was a bullet.
Yeah,
The type of weapon.
Which gun?
Bow and arrow cannot shoot a bullet.
What kind of gun?
Oh, okay, thank you.
And also, they are yet to establish the motive of the attack, but it was not an assassination.
You know what?
They haven't concluded the investigations, but they've come to this conclusion.
Yes.
According to this story.
According to this story. According to the other story, the same police, not different police, same police have said
pursuing two
different theories. One,
theories. Assassination,
accidental discharge of a weapon. So, and there are there are 3 buildings in the area.
You see,
There's one towers, there's another building with a restaurant, there's another building. That one they've established. You will not be able to establish that even by
but it was not
past.
an assassination.
But it was not an assassination. And if she was shot, she was shot from up there.
Are they quoting a source from the police service?
Yes.
Nation are quoting a source
Nation
from
are
police
quoting
service.
the Nairobi police boss, Mr. Bungay.
This is where now the police service get it absolutely wrong.
If they should just come out and say
We're investigating, period.
Yes.
Period. Don't say these
But
other things.
also the writers of the stories, come on.
You know what is being done? Exactly. It's little morsels of stuff being put at you and then now saying you put the 3 together. If you like.
I started by
It's a
saying
bit colours though.
there's
Yeah,
a
it's
reporting
not
issue
fair.
here, but even if it's a reporting issue, if indeed what is being quoted has some truth to it, Shida.
Anyway, so our sound is now up on our YouTube stream. Sawa. Good morning. You can now hear us. Good morning. This is Nduoko to my left and to my right.
Actually,
Is City Muga.
To your left.
No, that's my right.
I'm the left. You are the right.
Left, right.
Let me tell you what happened in Gigiri. The day before, yesterday at around 1:45 a.m., there are 3 people who accessed the home of the Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Gender, and what else? Those things. The Honorable Aisha Jumwa.
Yes.
They got into her house in Loresho, and they stole some things. They stole 3 mobile phones. They stole 2 laptops. They stole some gold jewelry, and then they found some loose change lying there.
Just pesa ya maziwa.
Pesa ya maziwa. So they took just about 1.1 million. We're not sure that it's all the money that they found there, but they just chukua tu ile ya juu.
It is being reported that they took 1.1.
Yes.
The CS was not at home when the criminals attacked. Jumwa's 2 daughters were sleeping in the house when the thugs struck. One of the daughters suffered a slight injury on her leg. Police said the criminals gained access to the compound by cutting the electric perimeter wall with crude weapons. After gaining access to the compound, they entered the family home through a back door that had not been locked. The criminal proceeded to the CS's bedroom, which they ransacked, after which they proceeded to the bedroom where Jumwa's children were sleeping and further ransacked the room for cash and other valuables. From the CS's bedroom, the criminals are said to have stolen gold jewelry and 2 laptops. The suspects woke up the CS's daughter and therefore stole 1.1 million from their room. Hii pesa ilikuwa ya watoto ya nini?
Walichukua pesa ya watoto.
Yeah. children allowance.
Oh, okay.
It was the 1.1 million
Came
was
from
from
the daughter's room.
room.
Okay.
The suspected robbers also made away with 3 mobile phones and jewelry whose value wasn't immediately established. So yesterday, DCI investigators returned to the home and they combed the area for fingerprints and also searched for CCTV footage from the neighborhood. The robbery in the home comes a few weeks after a break-in at a house within Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi's current residence. At least 11 police officers from the elite GSU unit were questioned in connection with the incident where a 40-inch TV and a gas cylinder was stolen from Musalia Mudavadi's residence. These are people who have police protection.
Yeah.
24 hours around the clock at home and on their person.
Na bado.
Wezi wameingia na wanaiba gas, mtungi ya gas.
It's been reported that wezi waliingia. What if the wezi were already
Inside
the compound and they simply cut that perimeter fence with crude
make it
weapons?
seem
Because
as though-
when you say with crude weapons, did you see the weapons they used to cut the so-called perimeter?
What do you say? What if the thugs were already in the compound?
Yes, I am
So
saying
they're residents of the.
that is precisely what I am saying.
The resident of the.
Yes, that's what I am saying. Not alluding to, I am saying. It is next to impossible for a robbery to take place in someone's house without prior knowledge. It is not possible.
Whose prior knowledge? The owners.
The prior knowledge of the Wezi. They know exactly what they're going for. They know
And where
what
they are going
to find. And for that to happen, somebody must give them that information. Yes. Because this, look, many of these buildings have walls that are taller than the houses themselves. So how on earth would you know as a passerby what's inside the home? Somebody has to give. No.
Just think about it.
It's too risky.
I see Ndu wearing gold jewelry. I figured out.
She keeps it somewhere.
It's somewhere in your home.
No.
I know Ndu is well off.
No.
If I walk into a house,
Sitakosa hata shilingi 10,000.
hata mtungi ya gas.
You know,
Ama
gas.
simu.
At least I'm a TV 45 inch.
Eric, you have premised this discussion by saying these people have a 24-hour round-the-clock protection by the police. Who is this thief? Who is this thief in training? Who is this wannabe thief who is going to venture into such a compound knowing full well that there are armed personnel who guard this place? Who? How? Think of that logic. No.
Sorry.
Yes.
They are graduating.
It's a two-pronged
If we say
question.
it's the same people, can you imagine people walking to Musalia Mudavadi's home?
And still gas.
According to the information that was given by all these cabinet secretaries to parliament, Musalia Mudavadi is the wealthiest of them. Okay. Unatoka hapo na 40-inch TV.
That's what you wanted.
Na mtungi ya gas.
That's what you needed.
Then you go to Aisha Juma's home. You've graduated. Now you actually saw it's possible. So you come out with $1 million and gold jewelry.
Eric, if we're to discuss this thing,
and 3 mobile phones.
a lot more gold was taken at Musalia Mudavadi's home, but it's a question of what is being reported. Yes. These reports, who gave you the information? Okay. It's like when our public servants were being vetted. When someone says, I'm worth 300 million shillings, okay. Do we really know? We don't. It's you who's telling us. If you tell us you could be worth 3 billion, but you say 300 million. On the other hand, you could be worth 50 million, you say 300 million. Do we know? No. And if you write down that I own this, I sold eggs, I sold grass, I sold maize, and with this I made. Do we really know? We don't. So even when a reporter comes and tells us what we know is that certain things were removed from the house. I'm suggesting very strongly that even whether they were stolen or not is in doubt.
So you don't think there's anybody who broke into these homes?
I am saying there are people who work in there who knew exactly what they were looking for.
So and they took something.
So
something was stolen.
Something was taken. Yes.
Mtungi ya gas and a 40-inch
And
TV.
40-inch TV is a big TV.
Among other things.
It's a big TV.
40-inch TVs are small TVs nowadays. 40-inch TV is small, but what? Angalia hii TV yetu hapa mbele.
Okay, how many inches is this?
60.
Okay, can you put it in your pocket?
It's bigger.
Can you put this thing in your pocket?
No, you can't.
Okay, have it into 30. Can you put it in your pocket?
No, you can't, but it's bigger.
The one is 40. It's bigger than this. This one here. I'm simply saying, if you...
City is saying it was an inside job. Yo kizungu yote.
It's just to say it was an
Inside job.
City is saying nothing was stolen.
Oh,
That this was a stage managed
no,
robbery.
ilikuwa stolen bana City.
It is reported that things were taken.
It is reported that there was a robbery.
That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Okay.
It is reported.
Just call him Thomas.
City, tell us the story that you're looking at in there.
I'm looking at stories that are connected. There are three stories. Yesterday we highlighted the story of a young lady from Kilifi County. Young lady whose name, take a guess, was Sarah Kauchi.
Yes.
Okay? Now this 16-year-old girl from Magarini sub-county in Kilifi County got help. There is a gentleman of the name of Ezekiel Oduor. He is an evangelist of New Life Ministries. He came out and said, this young lady is going to receive help. 4 years fees, as Ndu would say, boom. Okay?
Inside.
Yes. And he was accompanied by the governor. Governor Mungaro said that when he learned of the stories, the plight of this young lady, crushing stones to raise money, he reached out to his friends and partners. And this evangelist, Ezekiel, said he's one of those fellows. But they didn't stop there. Other people have received help. Okay? Other people who are needy have also received help in the same way. And this same pastor, but this evangelist, has also said that what he's going to do, in addition to that, he's going to build Sarah's mother house because she does go the full hog. Okay? But while this is going on, in Lamu, okay, the Kenya Defense Forces on Wednesday airlifted students from Boni schools within Mararani, Mangai and Basuba and Milimani in Lamu County to join schools over insecurity. Okay? Now, this is heartwarming.
It is.
You know there's a problem. KDF come to the rescue, carry children in the chopper, take them to school. But also, while this is happening, meaning at the same time, okay, there is a situation in Kajiado. Now, in Kajiado, it's even more interesting. 16 KCP achievers seek well wishes to help join from one. They march in Kajiado town streets with placards displaying the KCPE marks. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The one who has the least marks is 308. Meaning these are people who've qualified, young men, and they're men, young men, and the marks that would get you called to a school. But they have a problem with school fees. So much as the Minister for Education assured us yesterday, clearly that chain of command that exists within the education sector seems to be unaware of the plight of these students, because if they were aware, then these students would not be marching or the story would not be told.
Okay. So Governor Gideon Mungaro sawa, but this story is not saying what he did with the other children from that same school. Remember there were 17 A's, 17 400s.
Yes, there were.
From Bandacho Primary.
Yes, there were.
And there were other pupils who had not managed to report to secondary school.
Yes.
And him saying that he learnt of this, he should actually call his CEO for education and give them a proper tongue lashing.
That's what he did, but
because if he learnt about it the way everybody else learned about it, there's a problem.
This is Kilifi County. Yes, somebody has scored 400 plus
and
marks.
They didn't know, and they didn't have
the governor
a way.
is actually not even aware that somebody Kilifi.
Now you are right when you said yesterday this system is broken. And this evangelist had initially asked to be given a total of 5. Then he said, no, this we're not going to help. Give me 100. Then we'll be able to help these people properly.
100 what?
Students.
So he wants a list of 100 students.
Yeah, who need help so that he can find ways.
Wow. So this is a new scholarship program.
Yes,
that's been established.
In
addition to the existing ones.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, which have not been depleted.
It is not a good thing if the reporting is correct and we have the governor being quoted as saying he learnt of it in the media. Where? That is not a good thing.
If he actually said it, he should not have said it.
If he said it,
true. If he said it and it was true, he should not have said it, because it doesn't paint a good picture at all. At all.
Anyway, keep it here for more conversations coming up in the next hour. It's 7 a.m.
spice up your life.
Top of the hour on Vibes Radio. The news at the top of the hour on Vibes Radio.
Good morning, this is Newsroom. Dennis Aseto. Pokot South Member of Parliament David Kosing was released from police custody following his arrest Thursday evening in his office at the Kenyatta International Convention Center. Kosing was released around 10:30 p.m. after hours of grilling by detectives at the Directorate of Criminal Investigation headquarters of allegations of facilitating the operations of bandits in northern Kenya. The MP, speaking to the press after his release, claimed that he was queried about reports that he posted bond for 7 young Pokot boys who, according to him, the police consider bandits.
Mimi nimeshangaa sana ya kwamba mimi nashikwa kwa sababu mimi naambiwa ati nilishikia watoto bond ambao walikuwa very poor, watoto kutoka Masol, watoto ni Wapokot na wamekondema hao kwamba ni criminals, na kwa hivyo hakuna mtu anataka wao kupatiwa bond. Na mimi nauliza kwa nini, na mimi najuaje hawa? Mimi hata sijui majina yao, hata mimi siwahi kukutana nao. What I know is they are innocent boys, and that is why the court had seen it fit wapatiwe bond pale Kitale. Mimi sikupatia bond, ni serikali na ni sheria yetu ambayo ya Kenya ndio ilipatia vijana bond. Mimi najua, mimi ni mkaaji ya huko, mimi ni Pokot, kwamba wale walipelekwa kotini 7, ng'ombe yao ndio iliwawa tarehe 2, ng'ombe 200.
However, the legislature denied even having met the boys, acknowledging that he indeed posted the bond upon their release by court as they come from his community, and he felt that they had been wrongly arrested in the first place.
Sisi tukaleta mambo ya amani kupitia njia ya kuintimidate leaders. Hatuwezi tukapata amani kwa intimidation. Na kama mtu alitaka mimi iwe ni intimidated ili nisiongee na wenzangu kuhusu Wapokot, mimi nataka niambie hawa, I will never stop speaking ama kuongea juu ya watu wetu ambao wanaumia. Mimi nilichaguliwa na watu, sikuchaguliwa na miti, nilichaguliwa na watu, na kama hao watu wanaumia mimi nitaongea. Na mimi nafikiri kuna watu wanasukuma hii maneno. Kuna mtu alinipigia simu jana na akaniambia Kosing utaona. I will name, nitasema hiyo jina. Alinipigia simu akaniambia Kosing, sasa wewe ulikuwa unaongea Kapenguria, wewe utaona. Sasa mimi nimeona. Hiyo ni asante.
President William Ruto will today be traveling to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, ahead of the 36th ordinary session of the African Union Head of State and Government Summit, slated to take place from today to 19th. State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed noted that the climate change, intra-Africa trade and the continent's state of security will be some of the issues that will be deliberated on by the heads of state during the summit. As the chair and coordinator of the Committee of the African Heads of State and Government on Climate Change, President Ruto is also expected to moderate a meeting to review the outcomes and implications of last year's COP27 for Africa. And the president has called for a scale-up of interventions to tackle the current drought. He said the response must be urgent to avert widespread distress and suffering as the crisis is worsening. He identified the priority areas as enhanced food assistance, cash transfers, health and nutrition interventions. Other interventions, he said, include sustained water supply, livestock feed, school feeding programs and peace and security initiatives. The president was speaking during the launch of the 2022 Short Range October to December assessment report. Now, embattled Jubilee Party top officials Jeremiah Kioni and David Murathe got a temporary reprieve after the political party's dispute tribunal suspended a decision by the party to kick them out. The two will know their fate next week, February 24th, when the matter will be mentioned. The two officials have been directed to serve the Jubilee Party, the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, and Joshua Kutui with the lawsuit papers by close of business today. The affidavits by Kioni and Murathe were filed a day after the Registrar of Political Parties ratifying the Jubilee Party National Executive Committee changes that kicked out the duo, including the National Treasurer Kagwe Gishoi. Registrar of Political Parties and Nderitu, while cautioning parties against making any unlawful changes, maintained that Jubilee National Executive Council meeting that decided to expel the officials last week was properly convened. And there was heated debate on the floor of the House in the Senate as new allied senators accused Speaker Amason King of meddling into party affairs and dictatorship. Led by Senate Minority Leader Stephen Matsayo, the visibly infuriated senators demanded a communication from the Speaker effecting changes made by the minority side.
We know the character of the Speaker. We do not wish to discuss his character here, but these standing orders that the Speaker has chosen to violate give us room. And we are now contemplating exercising our right under Standing Order number 16, which is the removal of the Speaker. This is the next motion that we are going to bring.
Speaker Wilson Kenya had promised to give a communication regarding the